Right. I don't know how much you follow, like esports outside of whatever your particular, peccadillo is. But I saw something that like just blew my fucking mind over in Valorant, and I wanted to address it, and I haven't had time. I've been busy with this, that, new job, scripting out documentaries, trying to save competitive CS, ended up recording a bunch of extra work, majors coming along, here's a podcast, So there's somebody you might have heard of. I got a lot of respect for her. Her name is Yinsu Collins. She's like a reporter that's sort of transitioning into doing like hosting roles and other stuff. And she did a Valorant event in December. And she was at the middle of a furor. And I was like, uh-oh, what's this? What's the drama? Because, I watch all the esports dramas because they amuse me. I'm like the Watcher from the Marvel comics. Like, I'm not going to interfere with it over in your scene, but I am going to watch and like sort of have a chuckle. Oh, humanity, you repeat the same mistakes over and over again. When will you learn? So anyway, I saw a drama unfold, and I was like, how's this a fucking thing? Because the way it was framed, and I need you to keep this in mind, was a host during a Valorant event had said something so egregiously bad about a young, innocent, fragile player, and now that player was being universally hated by the entire Valorant community, and she better come out and apologize. And I thought, oh, this would be fucking juicy as fuck. This is like the type of shit that happens to me. Right? This is brilliant. And it's not me this time. That's great. I love it when shit that happens to me happens to other people, because I can go, let's see you deal with it then. Anyway, I watched the clips, and I have never seen a more pathetic reaction from any player in any sport ever than this. It is staggering. And I think about how we talk in Counter-Strike, and I'ma tell you, y'all motherfuckers in Valorant better toughen up. You better toughen up. I don't think you're ready for the FPS big time if you can't cope with someone telling you are dog shit. And that isn't even what she said, by the way. Because when this scene is established, one way or the other, you're going to get some roughnecks from fucking Counter-Strike coming over. They're going to be trash-talking you and flaming your ass. Believe it. So anyway, let me bring up. This poor woman had to make a 45-minute apology video to try and quell the mob. Like, no. If it was me, I'd make a 45-minute video telling you why you are a fucking moron and maybe sports isn't for you, you big fucking baby. That would have been my video. 45 minutes of, well, it would just be that, and then 44 minutes of me just like that. It's ridiculous. Right, but anyway. So let's get into it. And I feel so sorry for her, I really do. This is Yinsu, as I said. You probably recognize her now.
I think we saw that on the previous map as well. Obviously, the end result wasn't quite the same as what we've had here. One thing I want to highlight is the fact that we've been throwing the word upset around, sure, and I've been upset with the performance of Solka in this tournament. Very, very much so. Like, this is the biggest tournament in Valorant EU history. Certainly brings a lot of pressure with it, but the role that Solkas is playing, certainly on the Rays, we said 9-10 kills. He finished that half 3. And the scoreline 8-4 could have been so much worse. That clutch where they found the 2v2
that was
spray
so
down,
lucky.
that was unbelievably lucky. To find 1 kill on the spray down is enough. 2, when they 10 seconds left to get the spike and plant it, that was insanely lucky. This should be 9-3 at a minimum. And for Liquid, that is scary. You've got players that are not showing up. Both Solkis and Eccles finished that half out with 3 kills each.
Well, Nuki kind of showed up for Heretics in the meantime.
Absolutely, Nukia did. We've also seen Lowell. He's got 18 kills at the moment going into half number 2. And the thing for me, Scream as well, in the late stage, when it actually matters, he wasn't there either. Like when he started out, he had 12 kills in the first 4 rounds, 5 rounds. And a lot of those were like versus the weaker weapons in the pistol, so on. But then when it comes to the buy rounds, there was nobody here for Liquid. This was a flat performance, and we are on the final map. If they get knocked out in this tournament, there will be roster changes. There's no way that Team Liquid can afford to have the kind of reputation they do in Europe right now, and that mounts even more pressure. And based on how we've seen them respond to that in the past, in the previous 2 maps, I'm not very confident.
Mitch, am I getting this right? Are you saying that if they lose today, they have to kick Soulcast? Because that's what I'm hearing.
I mean, you said that. You said that, not me. So whatever Yinsu thinks, I mean, I just said changes in general. Maybe I meant agent composition changes.
Right. Guys, did you pick up on the most evil thing ever said about a Valorant player ever? Did you see it? That was it, guys. That was it. Right there. That moment. That was it. No joke. No joke. So think about this from the context of a CS broadcast, right? Where I'll play it back to you.
Liquid can afford to have the kind of reputation they do in Europe right now, and that mounts even more pressure. And based on how we've seen them respond to that in the past, in the previous 2 maps, I'm not very confident.
Mitch, am I getting this right? Are you saying that if they lose today, they have to kick Soulcast? Because that's what I'm hearing.
I mean, you said that.
So, this, by the way, is just a standard throwaway joke you make on a fucking desk. Like, you can clearly tell from the tone, the place it's inserted. She's not actually saying Liquid have to kick this guy. But by the way, if she sat there with a straight face and said Liquid need to kick this guy, that's perfectly fine. It's sports. Jesus Christ. Can you imagine a sports debate, by the way? Can you imagine, like, if you could never say a player had to be dropped or removed or replaced or substituted? Can you imagine what sports fucking discourse would look like? Right? Me, I'll be sat there like, dude, I'll always bring it back to when fucking Mo on E-League went off on Kuster, who was a boy. And, you know, he came with a big price tag. He was meant to be saving Team Liquid. He had a shit game. And Mo was going, listen, I've been there. I used to be a star AWPer, and he's not showing up today. And the guy's taking his head off. He can hear every word. It's on national television. You're getting absolutely fucking destroyed on television by this guy. That's how it works, baby. It's fucking sports. It's sports. If you cannot handle that, like, just as another thing, do you know what pisses me off in esports? You don't do losers interviews because your feelings are hurt. Shut the fuck up. You're paid 20 grand a month and you're paid, do you know what to do? To fucking win, you bellend. And if you lose, the least you can do is go out and pay the fucking piper and do a fucking interview and tell the fans you're gonna get it right next time. Can you imagine any other sport? Well, LeBron, you lost today. You know, and they're all dumb, stupid questions. Losing, how does it make you feel? But they sit there and they answer the fucking questions because it's part of the goddamn job. Your feelings are irrelevant. Win, lose, do your media work. Right. Anyway, you heard it. Let me just skip now. So I'll put the apology in.
For 4 days, you are going to make mistakes. And the mistake I made here, making a joke in Soulcast's expense, was unacceptable. I messaged him straight after the event, straight after the quarterfinals. I reached out and I apologized personally. Of course, he is the person that suffered the most out of something that I irresponsibly said. I'm never going to hide from my mistakes. I'm going to own up to it. I apologized to him and he I don't know if he accepted my apology, but he said to me that if I really meant my apology, I would do it publicly. And I think he definitely has a point, because a lot of people are expecting me to address this. And the only reason I didn't address it is because I was still in the middle of an event. I wanted to wait until the end to sit down to watch it back, to then explain to you what was going on. There is context to what I said.
It's all right, Yinsu. You don't even need to give me the context. I'm right. I'll tell a word of advice, by the way. If Yinsu, if you stumble across this, if someone shows you this, obviously I love you and nothing but respect for you. Proud to call you a colleague. But like apologizing, never. I'll give you a lesson here. They're never gonna be satisfied. It's a bullshit fake drama. Players get their feelings hurt. Players catch feelings all the time because they're egotistical fucking narcissistic arseholes who know they can leverage, tens of thousands of little gremlins to attack anyone who speaks ill of them. And when you say things like making a joke at their expense is unacceptable, think back to the premise at the start of the stream. Ridicule is fine. Mockery is fine. Insulting people is fine. These are necessary functions, necessary mechanics of human interaction. We cannot exist without them. Stop pretending that they're bad. And when you humor these gremlins, let me tell you, they come at you 10 times as hard next time. The only response to a player catching feelings over a clear joke: grow the fuck up. So when I was looking into this, by the way, I wanted to get all my ducks in a row before I brought it to the stream, because I thought, well, there might be some mitigating circumstances or whatever. Here we go. This was the tweet that he put up, right? And I've never seen a player, I think in any esport, put out anything as self-pitying and pathetic as this tweet, right? Here we go. Let's bring it down. Oh, wait, there we are. Couldn't feel any more shit. Never thought I'd ever play that bad. I'm sorry. I'll try to battle the hate, trying not to tear up, but it's hard. Lol. It's a sad lol. Sad lol. Imagine having hundreds of people messaging you, saying you should get kicked, and thousands probbing Twitch chat saying the same. Can't hold myself together right now. Appreciate it, guys. Sports ain't for you, homie. Sports ain't for you. Sports is not for you. You do not have the Mamba mentality. You're not even close to it. That is some fucking weak-ass soy shit. Yeah, imagine it. What, like every fucking athlete on planet Earth at all levels? Dude, when I was fucking younger than you, I was playing sports where if you put a big tackle on a rugby field onto a player, their family would come on the pitch and try and beat you up. And I used to love it. I mean, yes, I'll get him next time too. Yes. Swing more, old man. Yes. Relish it. If you cannot fucking want to silence the haters through excellence, sports is not your thing. Look at the responses. Don't take criticism from anyone you wouldn't take advice from. Shouldn't be happening. Part of being pro, though. Be strong. Keep your head up, G. Like, what is this mad, insane pity party? So I was like, nah, he's got to be like some, like, because here's the thing. There's a limit on this behavior, right? If you're a 16-year-old kid in its first tournament, you listen, I'm a paternal kind of guy. It's why you all call me daddy. I'll put an arm around you and say, listen, ruffle your hair. It's all right, kid. You get them next time, yeah? I've done that. People forget. I've been an esports manager. I've been a coach. I've been behind those players when they've lost the big game. I've watched young adults cry and crumble because the pressure got to them. I've done that. But here's the problem with it. I was like, oh, well, this Soulcast kid, He's got to be young, right? He's got to be young. He's got to be a baby. Because only a baby would behave like this. So I went on Wikipedia, as you do. And the motherfucker was almost 21 years old. The motherfucker was almost 21. You're almost 21. I've been on the fucking streets before that age. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You have a beard? What is occurring? I mean, I'm using the term beard loosely, obviously. Like, what the fuck is happening in Valorant right now? Like, guys, please, like, you don't get to say, somebody said I was bad at a video game after I was objectively bad in a competitive video game. And people are saying I should probably be kicked. Yes. Welcome to the fucking territory. Welcome, Spolly. You know what I mean? There was motherfuckers this season saying Tom Brady needed to be dropped from the Bucks after one bad game. Do you think, maybe, just maybe, it's something you have to push through? And then, the idea that you're going to leverage sympathy, which will always go towards the player, always, since time immemorial, the player should have more fans than a fucking journalist, than a broadcast host, of course. You make more money too, by the way. And the one little bit of pressure you have is to perform. And if anyone says you didn't, you cry about it. It's madness. And he set those gremlins on Yinsu. She was getting hate for 4 days. I could show you the rest of the video. I think it'll make you lose your faith in humanity. More so than some of the stuff that got tweeted out today during the inauguration. It is outrageous. And I wanted to say something sooner, but as I said, I've been busy. But I'm gonna say it like, listen, you can go show this to Soulcast if you want. I don't give a fuck. That you're bitch made. That's bitch made shit. If you have a bad game, yeah, fans gonna call you out. Of course they are. If you have a series of bad games, your job is on the line. It has to be. And you know what the job of the pundits and the journalists and the broadcasters and the analysts is? It's to point that out. Because I'm not going to be complicit with your lie. If I'm on air, I have a responsibility to my fans, to my audience, to my viewers, to tell them the truth. And the truth is, mate, you were dog shit and you cost your team the game. And I'm not going to go, but Soulcast can maybe pull it together and, let's think of his... Fuck your feelings. Knuckle down, get better, or fuck off. That's sports. Holy shit. Also, the irony that's lost on you about, imagine thousands of people saying I was bad when I was objectively bad. And yet, you use your platform to set a mob on someone who's just doing their job and didn't say anything wrong at all. Tick that over, see if you can make the connections. You don't seem very bright, though. Idiots.